It's Sunday, and you know what that means. Hello and welcome to Always Elite. Today, we're going to do predictions for Aew Revolution 2021, which happens tonight. In the buy-in, we're going to get Britt Baker and REBA versus Thunder Rosa and Riho, the returning Riho. Now, I think Britt and REBA here win just because there was no storyline. I mean, Thunder Rosa and Britt have a storyline, but the other two were just chucked in here. I don't get it. So we'll just go with that. Then we get to the main card, and apparently the first one is going to be the Casino Tag Team Battle Royal to determine the number one contender to the AEW Tag Team Championships. Now, there's a lot of teams in this, so let's go through them here. Top Flight, Private Party, Bear Country, Butcher and Blade, Santana and Ortiz, Evil Uno and Stu Grayson, John Silver and Alex Reynolds, Pac and Ray Phoenix from Death Triangle, Matt and Mike Sydal, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, Dustin Rhodes and QT Marshall, Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian, Varsity Blondes, The Gun Club, Dark Orders 5 and 10. Now, and Peter Avalon and Cesar Bononi. I don't know. Personally, I'd like to see Silver and Reynolds win this one. It could just go anyway, so I'm not really predicting it. I just want Silver and Reynolds to win here. Then we get Miro and Kip Sabian versus Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy. Now, this story's been building for months and months and months, and it's time for this damn thing to end, but it won't. Because Trent is on the shelf. So with that being said, I think it's going to be Miro and Kip who win here, and they'll revisit it in about 6 months or so when Trent comes back from his injury. And that's when they'll get their final thing on this. And hopefully Miro gets his own singles run from now. I'm hoping. Let's see. And then we get the big money match between Matt Hardy and Hangman Adam Page, where the winner gets the loser's first quarter earnings from everything. Their paychecks, their merch sales, anything online, all of it. Which I think is an interesting stipulation because I'm really not interested in this match. Otherwise, because this is just dumb. Unless Matt Hardy's going to go ahead and put over Page, which I don't think he's going to do. So with that being said, Matt Hardy's going to win, and that's going to draw Page even deeper into depression, which is going to finally make him join the Dark Order. Then we get the 6-man Face of the Revolution ladder match, where the winner gets a shot at the TNT Championship. It's Cody Rhodes versus Penta El Zero, as he's going by now, versus Scorpio Sky versus Lance Archer versus Max Caster versus a TBA. Now, this TBA could be anybody. Now, the winner is going to be TBA because they did this the last time when it was Brian Cage when he walked in as the TBA. Now, personally, I want Scorpio Sky to win this match because he deserves it, and he deserves his singles run that he's actually been on, and it's been pretty impressive. Then we get the AEW Women's Championship match between HIKARU Shida and Ryo Mizunami, who won the Women's number one contendership tournament over the last several months. Now, the winner is going to be HIKARU Shida, only because it's not time to take the title off of her. They're going to wait for another opponent to come along. And I think that Nyla Rose is going to interfere, either cause a DQ or whatever, and make sure that Shida wins, so that way she can get her revenge on Shida and take the title back. That's just my theory. Oh, before we go any farther, Paul White has decided to make an announcement this past week, saying there's going to be a big signing. God knows who it is. Speculation could be anybody from Batista, which I hope not. Brock Lesnar, which is unlikely but could happen because he's no longer under contract with anybody. Personally, it could be either Mick Foley, which would be great for them, or the better option, which is gaining the most out of this, is Kurt Angle. I hope it's Kurt because he has so much to teach all these younger guys. And no, he's not going to really be wrestling. He might wrestle a match or two, assuming that, they let him. I mean, I'm sure they will, but I'm sure he wants to revenge his final match in WWE against Baron Corbin. What a frickin' embarrassment that was. I did not like that whatsoever. It should have been John Cena. God damn it, I said it. It should have been John Cena. As much as I hate that man, it should have been him because he started that whole thing, and it should have ended with him. And then we get the street fight between Sting and Darby Allin versus Brian Cage and Ricky Starks. This one's been brewing for months and months and months and months, ever since Taz tried to recruit Darby into his fold, and Darby just flat out refused. The winner here is going to be Sting and Darby to keep Darby strong. They keep him strong, which is going to piss Brian off later. This is my theory. He's going to piss Brian off because he's going to lose. He's going to put the FTW title on the line at some point. An unrecognized title. However, he's going to put it on the line anyway. And then we get the AEW Tag Team Championship match between the Young Bucks versus Chris Jericho and MJF. Now, the winner here could go either way. Now, either way that this goes, it's going to end up the same thing. I think it's personally going to be the Young Bucks and keep the titles at least for now, which means MJF and Jericho are going to feud over why they lost. But if they win, they're also going to feud on who won the match, in better fashion. They're going to go on and it's going to tear the Inner Circle apart, which is kind of interesting. So it really doesn't matter who wins here. And then we get the AEW world title match between Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley in an exploding barbed wire death match. Now, if you don't know what that is, go type it up on Google and look it up. And you'll see a lot of the Japanese ones that have come up, because there hasn't been too many in America. There's only been a few. But the Japanese love that kind of stuff, and they've done it a lot. It's going to be kind of like that. Now, the winner here is going to be Kenny Omega, and he's going to retain his title, and I'll tell you why. It's because Jon Moxley is going to be written off TV for a minimum of 6 months, so that way he can go home and be a dad, because his wife, Renee Parquette, or whatever her last name is pregnant. So, and it's almost time for the baby to be born, so he's going to spend some time being a father, which I think is ideal, and it's a good way to write him off television for an extended period of time. Well, that's all the predictions I have. Let me know in the comments below who you think the TBA is going to be in the 6-man ladder match, and who they're going to sign. So until next time, always be elite.